Welcome, my dear friends. Have you ever wondered why people speak so many languages, or why unity can sometimes feel so elusive? Let me take you back to a time when the world was young, when humanity was united, speaking one language, with one vision. This is the story of the Tower of Babel, a tale not just of bricks and mortar, but of pride, purpose, and God's plan for us all. After the great flood, Noah's descendants grew numerous and settled in the land of Shinar, a fertile plain where life thrived. They were united in speech and purpose. It was here that a spark of ambition ignited, a vision to build a tower so tall it would reach the heavens. They said to one another, "Come, let us make bricks and bake them thoroughly." With these bricks and tar for mortar, they began their work. But the tower wasn't just about reaching the skies. It was about making a name for themselves, about proving their greatness without God. It was humanity's first attempt at self-sufficiency, separating ambition from divine guidance. My friends, have you ever set out on a task, pouring your heart and soul into it, only to realize later that your motives were misplaced? The people of Shinar wanted glory, not for God, but for themselves, and that was their undoing. The Lord came down to see the city and the tower, and he said, "If as one people speaking the same language, they have begun to do this, then nothing they plan to do will be impossible for them." But this unity, rooted in pride, was not his design. So God scattered them by confusing their language. Imagine the confusion. Friends who once worked side by side could no longer communicate. They became strangers to one another. The city was left unfinished, and the people were scattered across the earth, forming the nations we know today. You see, the Tower of Babel is more than an ancient story. It's a mirror reflecting our own struggles with pride and misplaced priorities. How often do we chase success without considering the foundation we're building on? Are we striving for personal glory, or are we aligning our efforts with God's greater plan? Unity is powerful, but it must be rooted in humility and purpose. True unity doesn't come from building monuments to ourselves. It comes from serving one another, listening, and acknowledging God's hand in our lives. So I ask you, what are you building in your life? Is it a tower of pride or a temple of purpose? Take a moment today to reflect. Seek God's wisdom, align your ambitions with His will, and remember that the greatest legacy we can leave isn't a monument, but the love and faith we share with others. The story of Babel reminds us that while we may stumble in our pride, God's grace always seeks to redirect us toward His greater plan. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Until next time, may your steps be guided by His light, and your heart be filled with His peace. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Join us here at Grace and Truth Chronicles for more stories and reflections from God's Word. Let's build a community grounded in faith and love. See you in the next video.